Hello, and welcome to a new episode of What the Deekins. Today we're gonna not be talking about something band related or game related, or it's gonna be mythology related again, like the seven deadly sins. Except instead of a religious topic, we're gonna talk about a creature which I feel deserves way more love. Way more love. We are going to be talking about sirens. I've recently gotten some new earphones, seeing how my old teal ones have broken. Only problem is, since they're new, they kind of sound a bit off. Every word that has the letter S in it sounds like it's being sung by a snake. So every time I'm just listening to something like Highway 1 to be this is what it sounds like. I'm on a midnight death trip. I'm on a mission from God. A stolen car and a death wish. The hell on Highway 1, 4 miles per hour. I'm gonna fight till I just can't fight no more. So yeah, it basically sounds like a snake is singing in like your ear. Snaky Joe Armstrong, if you will, I guess. I don't know. This got me thinking. Where do I know that from? Because it sounds somewhat familiar. And then it hit me. There's a certain snake that has kind of the same thing. This guy. He's probably one of my favorite villains. Just cause he's like really kind of stupid but really smart at the same time. And he's actually good at what he does. Unless you get a good old... No. Panther Smack, come on. Hold it, caught! Oh, I hit my arm. But yeah. But it wasn't that scene that sparked something in my mind. It was the second one when he was singing to Mowgli and he was being a total creep. And that got me thinking, where do I know that from? Oh yeah, hypnotic singing? Sirens, I know that. Then I realized how underrated they were, and I thought, I'll make an episode on this today. So now you know the history of how this episode came to be, at least. Sirens were first created back when Greek mythology was a thing. Their origins on where they came from are a bit more obscure. By their origins, we mean their mommy and daddy. One of the more commonly believed stories is that sirens were made thanks to a sea god and a muse having a small bab child. But that's probably our best guess. This was mythology, it wasn't really reality, so... And there are many stories, so we can't really... It's like fanfic. Some of it's, like... Okay, you get the point. Well, I know I've been depicting them as sea creatures with more edge to them, but they weren't always like that. In Greek mythology, they were crazy bird ladies! Yeah, it's a bit odd. Nowadays you see them depicted as kind of like sirens, but in their emo phase or something like that. They're more like evil, mermaids. But back then, they were just crazy bird ladies. And they just lure men from their ships with their hypnotic singing. And either the men would jump off and they could freaking kill them and eat them, or why not just crash the ship? Usually sirens were depicted on rocks, preferably very sharp and jagged ones. That way the ship would clearly die along with everyone on it. And yeah, that's what they would do. Yes, actually, there has been 2 different heroes that have survived the Song of the Siren. The first one I'll talk about is a guy named Odysseus, and I don't know what he looks like, so I'm just gonna depict him as this. And he was warned of how dangerous the seas with the siren-infested seas were. And he's like, you know what? I'm gonna cross it anyways, but I got a plan. You wanna know my plan? And so, when they came across that part, he gave all his crew members beeswax to put in their ears to prevent them from hearing the song. Meanwhile, he was tied up to a pole so he could actually listen to the song but not drown. Pretty clever. And he was apparently one of the few survivors to have heard the song without dying. So yeah, he's pretty cool. But unfortunately, later in life, the sirens took his son, so... I mean, at least he's still alive. Then there was Jason from Jason and the Argonauts, who had to sail past the Sea of Sirens. But they had the help of a musical god. Musical god with the letter O in his name at the beginning. Can't remember his name right now. But his music counteracted the sirens' music, therefore making their hypnotic melodies ineffective. And that's how he was able to live and such. Actually, yes, I do have I do have a few. These guys were my first introduction to sirens. I didn't really know they, like, back when I don't remember how old I was, actually. 12, I want to say. Give me a sec. 2014. 4 years ago. I was 11 or so? Wait, no, I would be 12, because that's past my birthday. So yeah. I was 12. I was right. But yeah, basically these were the only guys that were able to defeat the main 6. But if it weren't for that hassled ending of like, oh, I'm not, like the sunset chick being like, oh, I'm not gonna give up, ba-da-da-doo. This is the stupidest ending, ba-da-da-da, da-da-da-doo. And then freaking killing their necklaces, which held all their power, which yeah, it was kind of rushed. Remember my comic redub that I did? Or my comic dub? Do you remember that Billy did not look normal? That's because I have 2 different alternate universes for the Supernatural AU. The first one I did was Vampy Billy, Werewolf Trey, and Demon Mike. Originally it was going to be Angel Trey, and this is when I colored his hair like a grayer color for some reason, but this was done in January, oh my god. And basically this was the one AU, and then in the other AU I had Siren Billy, Vampy Mike, and Angel Trey, which was originally going to be in this AU, but he got switched over, since I feel like there would be conflict between these 2. I am actually working on another Siren Billy photo right now, because I have a friend that really likes the idea of Siren Billy, and I thought, why not just sort of, yeah. I think it's coming out pretty good so far, so yeah. Given the choice of being either a siren or being a vampire is actually really hard for me, to be honest, because They're both personal favorites of mine. But overall, I probably have to go with Siren. Just, I feel like the perks are better, and I wouldn't have to worry about drowning, since sirens are more sea-bound, even though I kind of have a personal belief that they can go up on land, because they can apparently shift to someone's desires. So as long as someone desired me to go on land, preferably my boyfriend, I would be able to do that, so yeah. Also, real quick, if you notice, I've been using slower, more echoey tracks for my intermission, like, question things. And I'm gonna teach you how to do that with the power of Audacity. So, first, let's get our track. Let's go with... Here we go. This is the song I was talking about earlier, Highway 1. Let's... Kind of loud. Okay. So first you highlight the track and then you... make sure your echo settings are... Wait, oh god. You know what? Go back. I forgot to show you the echo. Undo echo. So for your echo settings, it should be this. So, of course it's going to get loud. So if your track is already loud, you might want to turn it down if people are trying to sleep. Next, since siren songs are depicted as being more sad, I kind of picture them to be slower. So just change the tempo to around here. Here's, yeah. You'll get a longer track. I'm gonna turn this down because it's loud. And let's play. So yeah, pretty good. Now, if you want like a more darker tone, like probably like a demon crossover, I'm your man. So first you gotta copy the whole track, then you gotta paste the track, then you click the second track, you change the pitch. We're gonna change it -7. That's pretty good. It's probably gonna be loud, so you might want to turn your volume down for this. See? So overall, that's the best I can get it. So yeah, I don't know what I'm gonna do the Deekins episode on next. Maybe Homestuck if I feel like explaining all that, but a lot of people don't like Homestuck, so I might go. But overall, have fun. Sorry, my camera's not turning off.